Hey Mikey, don't you just hate it when a teacher has to give you a test or a handout and you don't understand any of the words on there or what you're supposed to do and somebody's supposed to read that stuff to you? Do you like that? No. You know what you're gonna do? You're gonna eat that quiz? Yeah, let's crinkle that up. Throw that away. You know what we need to do with that test? This is what we need to do with that test. You need to call in that airstrike. You ready to call it in? Call in that airstrike. Hit some buttons. There you go. Excellent job, Mikey. Good job blowing up that test. That ought to show them. Let's try to teach teachers and students another way that they can learn from their tests and quizzes by turning on a VoiceOver on their iPad right now. First thing I want to show you is how to go into settings and to turn on VoiceOver. So I'm on my home screen, I pick settings. Make sure on the side that you have a blue box around general, which should be by default. Then we're going to go to accessibility. Once I'm in accessibility, we're going to go to VoiceOver. By sliding the switch out the top, that's going to turn the VoiceOver on immediately. But what I want to do is make sure I have all my settings just right beforehand. If you start to do it immediately, it's going to be difficult for you to get these. So try to decide what a good speaker rate is going to be for you. You can have speak hints. I would recommend that's on. You can pretty much leave everything else alone the way that it is. And if I tap the box, you're going to now hear it.
VoiceOver on. Settings. Landscape. Home button to the left.
If I tap on a box.
Bullet double tap to activate the selected item.
So what you see is now that all the options to work with the iPad have now changed. So they tell you right up top the options that they are. You have to tap once to select the item, like I'm going to select this VoiceOver Speaks Items
VoiceOver
box.
speaks items on the screen.
And whatever you tap, it's going to read for you. You have to double tap to actually activate something. So I'm going to go back to my accessibility. I'm going to tap it 2 times really quick.
VoiceOver speaks items on the screen. VoiceOver accessibility.
You have to get in the right
Settings.
spot, just
Vision.
right.
Heading.
So everything I'm doing now requires a double tap. I can no longer just do the 1 tap. So I tap the
General.
box and activate
Settings.
really quick.
About. Button. Messages.
Let's see what happens when
Double
I
tap
start
to
using
open.
this elsewhere on the internet and directions. There are also just a couple of students that have a hard time getting distracted. There's other things going on around them. So for this exercise, check out how difficult it is to have VoiceOver going when you're navigating other parts of the iPad. One of the most difficult things to do that has VoiceOver on is typing on the keyboard, because now again, instead of just writing it out, you have to tap every button 2 times. I recommend that you try to go to the website, have everything preloaded for you once you turn the VoiceOver on. It's going to be really difficult. So I'm going to try to go to a website or search for an app. So now that I have this option activated, I have to swipe down with 3 fingers.
Search field is editing. Search iPad.
And if I had to type it Modo.
E. E. D. D.
Luckily, and I've also just preloaded a website. This is the Minecraft Teacher at Tumblr, and they have some excellent resources where other teachers are utilizing Minecraft as a learning instructional tool. And you can see how it works with VoiceOver on. I can tap
I'm
block.
hoping that you will consider helping out a truly remarkable individual and one of the unsung heroes of the Minecraft community.
I just had a difficult time navigating with VoiceOver on, so I actually had to go back into settings and temporarily turn it off. I'm going to turn it back on and go through the steps and just show you how difficult it can be as well. And think about it, keep in mind what the kids might be going through.
Home button to the left.
Well, luckily you can go in between apps by swiping in 3 fingers. So let's see, I already had a Modo ready to go. And if I could just swipe over.
His motto.
So I'm in my Modo now.
Underscore left underscore panel underscore button.
And whatever boxes currently has that black outline, that's what VoiceOver is going to read.
I like this paper from Columbia University about gamification in education.
So posting your information on Emoto can be a great way for students to have oral administration on their quizzes or have directions read over to them in case they don't do it. Sometimes they'll do it by a block of text, and sometimes they'll do it by an individual line. It's really all about where you poke to get into it.
Anyone who is at a K5 or K8 STEM or STEAM